What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dominic Peterson, host of the Duck Zone 503 podcast, where we talk all things Oregon football. Whether you're a first-time viewer or a long-time viewer, I kindly ask that you hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps with the algorithm, but most importantly, guys, telling your friends and family about the podcast, the Duck Zone 503 podcast on YouTube. With that being said, guys, let's get into today's episode. So we're going to dive in today. We're going to do a visit recap with a special guest I got on the podcast today. I got 2024 three-star defensive lineman Jackson Ford in the building. Say what's up, man.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? I'm grateful to be here.
Yes, sir. Really appreciate to have you on. Really appreciate you rocking the hat. It looks good on you, man. Looks good on you. So for people who might not know Jackson Ford, he's coming out of Melissa High School right there in Melissa, Texas. Standing 6'5", 230 pounds. That's what On3's got you at. Is there an update on that? Or are you still right there?
6'6", 240, 245. So
okay, sweet. Yeah, so got an updated height and weight right here on the podcast for you guys. On3 Sports got a ranking for you, so you're coming in at the number listed at number 69 defensive lineman in the 2024 class, number 154th player in Texas. Just want to personally congratulate you on being ranked, getting into these rankings, and I'm excited to watch you climb those rankings for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I'm thankful for it all. So it's a process.
100%, man. 100%. So starting out in these, in these interview questions, you took a visit to Oregon this last weekend, on January 21st, it looks like here.
Mm-hmm.
I like to, on these, with these recruits, there's a whole bunch of recruits coming in and out. It's kind of hard for the fans to keep track of. So I like to get the recruits on the channel to, get to know them, really just get to know who they are. So let's take it back to your early life. Let's start maybe, where did you grow up at? Where did you grow up at? Where's your hometown? And how did that maybe shape you into the man you are today?
So originally I'm from California, Santa Cruz, California, LA area. I grew up there first 13 years of my life. Definitely kind of shaped me into someone who loves the West Coast. I grew up playing ball there. It's different kind of football, but it got me to where I am today, shaped me into the person I am. I've met a lot of great people out there. I'm just thankful for it all.
Oh yeah, man, 100%. So playing the game of football, falling in love with it. This is your sport. Did you have any favorite football players to watch growing up and kind of replicate their game?
Yeah, growing up, I always loved. I mean, it's not my kind of stuff. Anthony Thomas, I loved watching him. Russell Wilson, loved him. Peyton Manning. So I used to play quarterback freshman, sophomore year.
Okay,
so
nice.
Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, those kind of guys. So made the transition to tight end, D-line when I moved to Texas. So I loved it ever since.
Nice. Okay, man. Any friends or family that you like to shout out that really helped you in the game in any way?
Oh yeah, for sure. My dad, Steve Ford, my brother, Gage Stewart. I mean, my whole family, honestly. But those guys kind of like physically got me here, worked me out, trained me, kind of just like got me to where I am today, and kind of taught me the game of football and how to gave me some tough skin.
Oh yeah, 100%. Always good to have those type of people in your corner.
Yeah.
What's maybe something that most people probably don't know about you? We know you're a football player, but what's something that's maybe a hidden talent, maybe something like that? I don't know. Maybe a favorite hobby? I don't know.
I mean, I can swim pretty good.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Nice. So great swimmer. 100%. Ever tried to do swim team or anything like that, or no?
I was little. I took classes, but I was just at the beach 24/7 trying to. I mean, there was like docks probably a couple hundred yards out from shore. I swim to those like all the time. So
okay,
just kind of yeah.
100%. And playing out there in Texas, I mean, there's some crazy athletes out there. Some of the top in the country. How's that transition been for you? And how do you like competing out there? And how do you think that has helped you?
Oh, it's been. I mean, I love it. I mean, I like to take advantage of it, get great exposure, play against great kids. It gives me a good competition, gets me ready to get into the collegiate level of football. So,
okay, 100%. And I always like to ask this one: did you maybe have a favorite college football team growing up?
growing up, not. I'm more like a players guy. I mean, growing up, I didn't know much about them. I liked Oregon though. I liked Florida State. I liked like Auburn when I was little. So I mean, I kind of like all of them.
100%, man. Yeah, Auburn, Oregon, Florida State, Oregon, they've had some great matchups. 100%.
Yep, yep.
So let's get into the visit questions. You know, why you're on this podcast. You know, you just went to Oregon on January 21st. You know, what just stood out to you most on top of your head, just off the top?
Man, just how genuine the coaches were. It took a lot of time and effort trying to get to know me and my family, and kind of just giving us what the program is like and how far they've come, and they've really stood out in a great way.
100%. Yeah, I've always heard that from recruits, that how genuine the coaches are and stuff like that. I always like hearing that. You know, I seen your photos, you know, rocking the Duck uniform. It looks
Yep.
great, man. I really like it. That's actually how I got a hold of you. How was that photo shoot for you? And just, you know, explain for the fans maybe, you know, how that process goes and where you set up at and what you like about it.
Man, photos are great. You know, it's always fun to be flashy and get those photos in. But I mean, I really just went just to see what it was like. But the photos, it was great. I got to get the uniform, get to see what it's like to be in the Oregon Duck uniform. Like that was one of my dreams growing up, to wear that uniform. But got to go to a couple different stations of photos and just take photos with Coach Lanning, Coach, my friends that came with. So it was a great experience.
100%, man. And being on these visits, it's always fun to have those photos and have a great time. But what you're really there for, right at the end of the day, is to really just get a feel for things, and you're trying to make a big decision for your life on where you're going to go and spend the next 4 years, right? So, you know, did you get the opportunity maybe to connect, you know, directly from the source, the players, maybe some current Oregon players, and talk to them about anything?
Not really. A lot of the players were usually when I saw the players, they were working out. I got in late that Friday night, so I didn't really get the chance to like talk to any players firsthand. But maybe when I go back out there, I'll get a chance to meet them and get to know them a little bit better.
100%, man. It's always a great way to, you know, better get away to know a program better and get it directly from the source. You did mention you talked to the coaches though, and how genuine they are, and building a great relationship with them. Maybe who are some of those coaches you've talked to, and what are those conversations like with them?
So Coach Stein, he's the new OC there at Oregon. I've had a relationship with him for a while. He was originally at UTSA. They were my first offer, so that
Oh,
means
nice.
out me, and so I got to talk to him for a lot, and it was great seeing him again. Coach Anya wasn't there for the visit. He was away, but I got to talk to the Coach Anya, who was great, super genuine. Sat down and talked to him for a while. I got to talk to Coach Lanning a little bit and a bunch of the recruiting staff. So it was great. All the coaches were great, and it was a good experience talking to them all.
Nice. You got to talk to Dan the man, the
Yeah.
head coach. So how was Dan? How's Dan Lanning, man? Would you get to talk to him about?
I just talked to him just about how like what he asked me my favorite part about the visit was. I told him we did a little get real little presentation, kind of just talking about like the program and their 4 pillars and all that stuff. I got to take some photos with him, just spend some time with him. But yeah, and you know, coach, he got some swag, so it was just it
Oh
good
yeah.
around him, and
100%.
it was fun for sure.
Yeah, man. Dan Lanning being a young guy, man, it's a great way for him to connect with players, you know, that way, and the way he, you know, he puts the drip on 100%. I like it, man. So yeah, a lot of good things about Oregon that you're speaking about. Would you say maybe this trip to Oregon puts them at the top of your list of schools?
They're definitely up there for sure. Definitely up there for sure. I mean, I loved everything about it. Great facilities, great coaches, great culture. Uh, so we'll see. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back up there and seeing where they're at. But I'm looking forward to building a relationship with the rest of the staff. So.
Okay, yeah. With that being said, are you planning any more visits, or is there anything in on pen on paper right now to go visit Oregon again? Or
So I told some of the coaches I might go back up maybe March, April, sometime in there.
okay,
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm trying to get our calendar set. So
yeah, maybe try to
definitely
get in for the spring game. That would be dope.
out. I gotta see that fan base. Definitely go out for a game too.
Yeah, yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Sure.
Do you have any more visits with other schools in your recruitment?
Yes, sir. So I was just at Houston yesterday.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, Boise State this weekend, and I've got a couple of visits like Florida State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech in March. So
Wow.
we'll see. Oh, we're still a little work in progress, trying to figure out the schedule, but we'll see how it goes.
Busy guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on three recruiting. You're on three recruiting profile here. I'm looking at it, and they got an on three recruiting prediction machine that they like to run. Some of their experts, and they currently favor right now Texas Tech, North Texas, and Texas State. All Texas schools that they seem that they predict you to here at the moment. Maybe spend a couple moments. Let's start with Texas Tech. What do you like about them?
And they got a great coaching staff. You know, Coach Cochran, tight end coach. I got to spend a lot of time with him at the camp I went to July 11th. You know, they got a great program, new coaches. You know, they're obviously they're building abilities as well, but they're not too far from home. They got a great thing going, had a great season. So I'm excited to get back up there as well and get to know those coaches even more.
Oh yeah, man, Texas Tech. Oh, actually, talking about going to a game, Oregon plays Texas Tech this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they'll be on the second week on the road. They'll be big, so maybe
Yeah.
that'll be one you could go to.
Sure. Yes,
uh,
sir.
so North Texas, that's another one that was on this list. Explain maybe what intrigues you about them.
So I haven't had much of a relationship with those coaches yet. I mean, they were my second offer, same day as UTSA.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Okay.
but I met. I think they have a new coaching staff now. But I got to meet their old D-line coach. He came into one of our games and got to talk to him after the game. And really cool guy, great program, and other things, building, getting up there. So looking forward to that as well.
Great. And then Texas State.
Yes, sir. Texas State. They offered me this last week. Coach Will Bryant, great guy. I mean, I've had a relationship with him for a while since like last summer. But I think they're gonna do great things. They just brought in a whole new coaching staff, so I think they're gonna get that program right and build those players up into good people.
100%, man. Yeah, a lot of schools interested in you. Going to be interesting to watch your recruitment. Guys, this is 2024 three-star defensive lineman Jackson Ford coming out of Melissa High School out there in Melissa, Texas. He was just on a recent visit January 21st to Oregon. Be on the lookout for this recruit right here and see if he's going to be taking any more visits with Oregon and keeping up with Oregon because he was just on a recent visit here. Really appreciate you, Jackson, coming on the podcast and explaining, recapping your visit with Oregon, explaining, you know, a little bit of your personal background and who you are. And hopefully Duck fans can keep up with you, and maybe social media would be the best way to do that. What's maybe your Instagram and Twitter?
Instagram, I think it's Jackson 5__, and then Twitter is Jackson_2024. So y'all give it a follow if you want. So
Boom. Sweet. Really appreciate you, Jackson. Guys, this is Dominic Peterson, host of the Duck Zone 503 podcast. This is the end of today's episode. Again, kindly ask that you hit that like and subscribe button down below. And most importantly, tell your friends and family all about the podcast. As always, guys, go Ducks. Can I get a go Ducks from you?
Yes, sir. Go Ducks. Go Ducks.
Yes, sir.